Hey, welcome back to another video. And yeah, so today I want to talk about something that worries me a bit, and that is Zendaya's career. Yeah, Zendaya's career worries me quite a bit because I don't know what is happening. Right now, honestly, as you can see, she's so popular, so much Instagram followers. We just love her, right? I love Zendaya. I started watching Zendaya since Sissy and Rocky from Shake It Up, and instantly Zendaya was my favorite. Like the two of them, cool, Sissy or whatever, but instantly I fell in love with Zendaya in that show, and Zendaya was instantly my favorite. I don't know why. Maybe because she was like a little bit brown, a little bit black, she was black, but she's not, she's biracial. So instantly for me, I gravitated towards her immediately. And ever since then, I've been rooting for her, wanting her to, like, just rooting for anything she does. Even the first Spider-Man, I watched it because of she was in there. She had a cameo there, and she was the reason why I watched it. But now, like, I'm kind of worried about her career or where her career is going, because now she's more of a socialite than an actress. Like, she's just popular for, what is she popular for? Being herself. I mean, yeah, she has done some shows, but it's not like she has done many shows. She doesn't have much things on her resume. She's mostly popular for just being a good person, being a sweetheart, being a nice, sensible, compassionate person. We all know. Being unproblematic. That's what she's popular for. And then Euphoria, which Euphoria is a terrible show. I mean, of course, it's a terrible show, and we all know that Euphoria is going to absolute shit. Because look at season two. Season two was so bad. It was so bad, guys. Literally, it was so hard to watch because of how bad it was. What is Euphoria about? The only thing in season two I was able to watch and say, yes, this is, without skipping, and say, yes, this is actually something worth watching, was episode 5 and episode 6. The rest was so bad. It's like Euphoria as a show is so bad, it's so unnecessary. We all know this. Yes, Zendaya's performance in Euphoria is amazing. She did absolutely amazing in the performance. She killed it. She killed the performance. And when to 2019, when Euphoria first came out, came out 2019. At that time, I had something going on with me where I can't watch a show without thinking, oh, they're just acting. So and when you have that mindset of watching a TV show and you're thinking, these are just actors, you won't be drawn into it. And that's because at that time, all of the things I was watching, nothing was actually very interesting, or nothing, not knowing, like, the performance in what I was watching didn't draw me in. But when I watched Euphoria and I saw Zendaya's performance, I was immediately drawn in. Like, I watched it and not once did I think, oh my god, these people are acting. Because it was so real, it was so good. I really, really liked it. And obviously we all liked it because it was pilot. Like, honestly, season one is like a pilot. It's like a pilot show. Season one is the show that is when all the characters are introduced. We didn't really see a major storyline about each character. It's just an introduction of each character, a pilot of each character, and yeah, I guess it's kind of hard to create something significant after making a whole season a pilot. After making a whole season an introduction to characters, I guess it's hard to make a follow up that actually makes sense, because you've already done introduction. Introduction is easy to do, but creating an actual storyline that makes sense after introduction, I guess it's hard, and Sam Levinson just doesn't know how to do that. I personally think that Zendaya needs to get her ass out of Euphoria before it turns to shit. But the thing I'm afraid is that loves Euphoria so much. She has so much, like, she really loves that Rue character, and she's willing to continue to do it no matter what, which I think is ridiculous. Because Zendaya, look, watch Euphoria. Euphoria is so bad. Euphoria is so bad. Now, another thing I want to talk about is, yeah, Zendaya's character. Zendaya is light skinned, she's biracial. So, everyone's talking about how she's privileged. She's privileged in the industry. I mean, privileged, at least privileged over dark skinned black women because she's light skinned, she's going to be considered first. There was all this argument about her and Kiki Palmer and comparing their careers. I'm like, yeah, fine. She even admitted it. Maybe she's correct. But even with all her privilege, how many people actually take her very seriously in the industry? How many people? After Euphoria season one came out, like all our co-stars, like the girl, like look at Sydney Sweeney for instance. Sydney Sweeney, white girl. Look how many movies and how many things that Sydney Sweeney has been in since Euphoria. At least she has been in like 4 movies just since Euphoria. And even now they're coming out with her own like rom-com with Glenn Powell. Does this whole drama about it. So it even goes to show that Sydney Sweeney could be in a movie and be sexualized all day, her boobs out in the open, and people will still take her more seriously and approach her with more sensible roles and to be lead of TV shows before they even consider Zendaya. Because that's how I feel since this Euphoria, how many things has Zendaya been in that has actually been that she has been the lead? Honestly, I feel like Zendaya has been used. She's been used, and I know that sounds weird, but she's just being used as a side character because she, like I told him, because she has a lot of followings. People love her. People will see what she's in, and people are right, like people love Zendaya. Like me, the reason I watched Dune was because Zendaya was in it. At least I was told she was in it, but she was there for like 2 minutes, 2 seconds. Was disappointing. Throughout the movie, I was waiting for Zendaya to show. Throughout the Dune, I was waiting for Zendaya to show. I don't watch Dune because of whatever Dune is about, although it's a great show. But I watched it because Zendaya was there. And I feel like that's what people keep using her for her following and stuff like that. And I just feel like they don't take her seriously in that industry to give her something significant. Or maybe she's the one declining all of them, because I also read some tabloid about her being given a show about gender swap and she declined it, which I think is a great idea. Honestly, like taking a gender swap TV show or race swap TV show. Like she doesn't need that controversy on her. She doesn't need that because that's just gonna be controversial. But my point in the matter is that look at her peers of the same age, like Florence Pugh now. Florence Pugh. Florence Pugh has been in so many things and she has been lead in these things. Zendaya in Spider-Man, she wasn't the lead. She was merely a side character that didn't have any significance. They made it out to be like she was in this romance something, but Spider-Man wasn't a romance TV movie. It wasn't about romance, so she's not significant in the whole thing. She wasn't the lead, and she didn't have any significant role there. Let's be real. Her role in Spider-Man was not significant. It was just there as the side entertainment because side romance because Spider-Man wasn't a romance. It's not a romance TV show. It's not a romance movie. Same with Dune. The book Chani, apparently the book in Chani in the book doesn't have a lot of like roles. She's not that like prominent in the role, and that is where they decided to cast her. Like they decided that Zendaya is going to be Chani, the person in the book who doesn't have a significant role. And then, her followers or her fans fought for her or said something, and with the first movie being so short, her role there being so short and insignificant, and then the director said that in two she's gonna have a bigger role. So they created this whole role for her, which may seem like an honor, but what is the role about? It's not about anything significant. It's about her love story with the main character, Timothée Chalamet's character. But Dune is not a romance. Dune is not a romance. So again, she's insignificant because Dune is not romance. If Dune was a romance, then her having a love story with Timothée Chalamet's character would make sense. But Dune is not a romance movie, so her having a love story is just another side character, another waste of her. I don't want to say waste of her time, but it's not doing anything side character. She's just another supporting actress. She's not the lead. And the funny annoying thing about it is that they're gonna milk her. They're gonna make her to do most of the productions because they know that she has a lot of following and she's going to bring a lot of audience. They're going to milk her ass out with the production of with the promotion of this film. She's going to go to every press conference. She's going to speak to everybody. All our followers are going to watch it because I'm going to watch it for because of I love Zendaya, and apparently I actually love Dune too. Now I watched one because of Zendaya. Now I'm going to watch it because of Zendaya and Dune. But again, I'm feeling like I don't want to watch it because I don't want to see Zendaya just be the love interest of Timothée Chalamet's character, just be the love interest. She has no actual significance in the movie because the movie is not a romance movie. It's not supposed to be romance. It's supposed to be thriller, sci-fi. So if her role there is just